Going to be like to play with J.P. McCure and Desi Rodriguez, guys that you competed against?
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's definitely gonna be fun, getting to be on their team besides playing at them and looking at them in a different way. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Do you think that you know them better because you played against them? Do you think there might be some kind of instant chemistry from having seen them play so many times?
Yeah, you definitely gain that relationship of playing against people throughout the Big East, especially when they're players you respect and they're players that you look at. So I would definitely say that helps a lot. It's definitely going to be able to, make us be a little bit closer than we would if we didn't know each other. So I definitely think that's big.
You think you and JP have the ability to get under people's skins a little bit?
yeah, I think we can do that.
I know you guys know each other a little bit just from Big East Awards and all that. Have you talked to him since then?
Yeah, we've been talking this week, and he's called me today, and we were talking a little bit. So, but yeah, we've been talking a little bit.
We've been talking about strategizing a little bit?
No, we just actually been talking about going down there and, how fun it's going to be, how fun it's going to be able to, play with each other and not have to worry about, learning or remembering the scout on each other. So just stuff like that.
Yeah. Just the whole experience. I mean, what is this kind of for you? Just kind of being able to take in this weekend in this way.
I mean, it's like I said, a once in a lifetime experience. Again, for me, being able to do something that I've never been able to do in my career, and it's something I've always watched. Being able to go down to the Final Four weekend, just being around all the activities and festivities going on, and being able to participate in something that's going to be a lot of fun.
What's the last 3-point contest you were in?
One that counts for the record, I don't think I've actually ever been in one. Besides the one we had at March Madness, my redshirt year last year, 2 years ago. So that was the last one.
This will really be the first time you're playing for money. How much does the 100K impact the competitiveness?
I might actually play a little defense this tournament. No, like you just said, this is the first time my entire life I've ever been able to play for money. So it's definitely going to bring out probably another level in me, knowing that I'm actually competing for some cash.
Yeah, obviously, it might be a little bit too early to determine exactly where you're going to be next year, but do you have any kind of inclination? Do you have any, want to be places? I
definitely want to be. I want to be playing basketball at the highest level, and that's always been my goal. It's been my goal since I first started to walk. So that goal is definitely not changing now. So.
Have you signed with an agent yet or anything?
No, I haven't.
What is that process like? I know obviously you've got enough going on right now, but is there like a time frame that graduating seniors typically follow in terms of here's how you look at agents, here's when you hire one?
Actually, I don't know anything about a time frame. I haven't looked at any time frames or anything like that. It's a process I've never been a part of, and it's a process I'm learning things about each and every day. It's kind of like when you're really young in high school and you get college coaches starting to call you. It's just a world when you don't really know what's going on at the time. So for me, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. Me and my parents and my family, we're trying to figure out what's best for me. And so, yeah, that's the process we're at.
You're going to be at the Portsmouth Invitational. What are you expecting to get out of that?
Yeah, I'm expecting to get a lot out of that. That's another dream of mine I've always had. It's something on my resume that I've always wanted to be on my resume. So for me, going to Portsmouth is having the same mentality I've had throughout my whole career and just doing what I do.
Have they given you rosters for that or anything yet?
No,
who's going to be on the team?
No, they haven't.
Andrew, I know after the final game, Steve basically said he's going to have a long professional career no matter where that is. What does that mean to you to have your coach say, he didn't have to say that,
yeah,
but he believes it?
Yeah, Coach Folger to me, he's like another dad. So for me, hearing him say that, it's just it's comforting. Just to know you always have a guy like that with, his level of IQ and stuff for the game always on your side. And that's something I'll always cherish and never let go.
And it doesn't matter. He can measure, what a player brings to the table. So
yeah.
It doesn't matter if your size isn't ideal, if your whatever isn't ideal, you can shoot.
Yeah.
You have heart. Is that kind of what you bring to the table?
Yeah, exactly. He knows firsthand because he was that player. He was that player who was, the same size as me and just proved everybody wrong throughout his, career. So he understands that, and that's part of who he is.
Has he given you any kind of advice about your professional career or how to move forward yet, or is that a conversation for another time?
I mean, yeah, he has. I mean, he always brings it up to me, but I mean, the one thing he always tells me is just, to chase your dreams and just don't do anything to mess it up. Just stay straight, and everything will level out.
I got here just a little bit late, so pardon me if you've been asked this, but the inaugural 3-on-3 tournament, what is it like to be a part of something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's something I never, been a part of, playing 3-on-3. I've always played 5-on-5 whenever I'm playing anything serious. So it's going to be really different. It's going to be fun because it's the first year that, this event has been put on at the Final Four. So I'm excited just to be a part of it all.
And when you watch 3-on-3 tournaments, apparently, Andrew, there is a strategy involved. Do
you know
what the strategy is?
I think just like any other, score more than the other team. But no, I mean, to be I can think of is the Big Three, which Ice Cube just put on this summer. So that's really the only thing that I've ever been, brought about 3-on-3 with me throughout my, basketball career. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be different, but, it's for money, and that's exciting. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Have you gotten the chance to look at any of the other rosters yet? And if so, which one stands out to you?
No, I haven't actually. I've heard a few people who I know who are on a few teams, but full rosters I haven't heard.
In a three-point shooting contest, what immediately comes to mind? I mean, for those of us that are older, you think of Larry Bird, and you think of certain guys that were at the pro, the NBA one, and then even the college one. It's like some guy gets hot, and it's a memorable experience.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, it's going down there, doing what it takes to, win that. So I'm going to go down there and shoot my bullets and see if it's enough.
Well, instead of looking forward, have you taken some time to kind of look back and kind of your time here and what it was and what it is for you?
I've thought of it a little bit. With everything going on, after the season, it has been hard. But I mean, for me, it's been the best 3 years of my life. Coming to Marquette it's something I'll never regret, and it's something I'll always, have with me throughout my life. And it's really the connections you make while you're here and the people you meet. I think that's bigger than anything you can learn, anything that anybody can teach you. I think it's just the connections you make here and, the people that you take with throughout the rest of your life is really special.
After your last game, you set a couple records. Dwayne Wade's season scoring record, Steve Novak's three-point record. Those are some pretty big names.
Yeah,
Have you had a chance to kind of soak that in a little bit last week?
I had no idea I was anywhere close to those records going into that game until after that game. A few people had mentioned that to me. But, I mean, I don't know if you've heard this, but I've mentioned it several times while I've been here, but D-Wade was my favorite player growing up, even before I came here. And he was kind of a part of the reason I wanted to come here was just to be able to put on the same uniform he had. But he always was my favorite player growing up, so being able to pass his scoring record was kind of like mind-blowing to me that I did that. And that's something I'll never forget. And Steve Novak, I mean, I've known Steve Novak ever since I got here. I mean, I knew him before that, obviously. I mean, he was a great pro player. But when I got here, he kind of took me under his wing, and he kind of always, was on my side, was always checking in on me. So, I mean, just getting able to know Steve and knowing the kind of guy he is, that meant a lot to me beating his three-point record, just because how good of a shooter he was. And he was a big, big part of that Final Four team that, made that run. So that was something that was pretty cool, too.
Either of those guys reach out to you in the last
I saw Steve after the game because he was actually at the game, and he said congrats. But Wade didn't. But
he's busy right now.
Yeah, he's busy. He's busy.
Or angry.
Yeah.
And it might not be a game, but what is it like in your mind to represent Marquette and put that jersey on one more time?
I mean, it means everything to me. I mean, I thought the last time I was taking the jersey off was the last time I was ever wearing it. So being able to, put it on and represent Marquette at another event, whether I'm playing with my teammates or not, means a lot.
Andrew, how did everybody feel about the NIT experience? It wasn't what you wanted, that wasn't the goal at the start of the season, but overall, how did everybody view how it went? It was a good run.
Yeah, I mean, it was bittersweet. It was definitely bittersweet after playing in the tournament last year and, getting that feel. Then the players who were there last year with us who returned back. It wasn't the same feel, but at the same time, it was a different feeling than, it's still a different feeling. And playing the NIT was fun. Like Coach Wojo said, it was a chance for, like, the younger guys and the team to learn how to win in March and, it was a good chance for us to still make a postseason run. So, I mean, overall, I thought it was a great experience.
You enjoyed the juice that the crowd kind of playing in the smaller out.
Yeah, I mean, like playing in the out, that was something that we weren't accustomed to, and that was also really fun.